Welcome back to the Style Masterclass Podcast. This is episode 124, and we are talking about diamonds today. What? Actually, this episode was inspired by a client interaction, and we were talking about how she's transformed her thinking, how she is up-leveling her dressing, how she's taking excellent care of herself now. And along this conversation, we kind of sort of went to different places, but one of the places we landed, and this is what I want to share with you today, is the idea that we don't ever say about other things that they need to lose weight in order to be considered valuable, lovable, worthy. We never say about a couch, in order for me to use you properly, you should drop a few. I mean, that would be a little weird, right? We don't look at babies and say, well, you'd be so much cuter and more lovable if you were a little skinnier. That would be weird. And I thought really what was so fascinating and great about this conversation I had with a client is we never say this about diamonds. Diamonds are like this really coveted thing. In fact, people have died over procurement of diamonds. But we never say about a diamond, you should lose a few carats in order for me to consider you more valuable. You should drop a few carats in order for me to polish you and take excellent care of you and for me to put you in a fabulous setting. You just need to drop a few carats. We never say that about diamonds. That would be weird. Totally bizarre and strange. But somehow, through socialization of women over time, we've gotten into our head this notion that if you'd only drop a few, you'd be more valuable, lovable, worthy. You'd have more appeal. And then you can take care of yourself. But you got to drop a few first. And that sounds so true. It sounds so real. I mean, I'm talking to so many women who are struggling because they've put on some weight during COVID, their pants no longer fit them, and they have this idea now that, well, they can't love themselves or take care of themselves or find value and worth in themselves until they lose some weight. And then once they lost some weight, maybe they'll feel better about themselves, and then they'll dress themselves fabulously. Then they'll start to take care of themselves again. They've tied these two things together. Their weight somehow is tied to their worth and their self-care. And I want you to extricate those two concepts from each other. Your weight is whatever it is. But your lovability and your worth, those are 100%. They're already set. You don't need to lose weight in order to be found valuable or worthy or lovable. We don't say that about diamonds. You have far more worth and value above diamonds. Why should we say that about you? Why do you say that about you? I know so many of you are waiting to drop a size before you'll finally take care of yourself, before you'll finally invest in yourself. You would never say that about a diamond. I need to drop a few carats before I'll put it in a setting. No. Just like you wouldn't say that of a diamond, I don't want you to say that about yourself. There's some flaw in that thinking. It's really hard to get to a place where you love and care for yourself if you're constantly in this state of nitpicking yourself and thinking something's wrong with you that needs fixing, like your weight or your shape or your size or the color of your hair or the texture of your hair or the color of your skin. And you're in this cycle where you think there's something needs fixing in order for you to finally take care of yourself and to love on yourself. And this is so important. And I'm using the example of diamonds because I think sometimes we need to take it out of the context of the body and look around us so we can see sort of how absurd that logic is. If I'm never going to say about a diamond it should lose a few carats for it to be considered more valuable or worthy or more lovable or worth setting and polishing, then I'm not going to say that about myself, and I'm certainly not going to say it about you. And I know so many of you are struggling with this right now because the idea was, well, I'm going to use my quarantine time to mastermind this glow up. And then I'm going to like open the doors to my house and I'm finally allowed outside and like the wind is going to blow and everyone's going to be like, oh, girl, what you been doing? You'd be like, oh, let me tell you how I've transformed myself. And because that didn't happen, I can see this disappointment already creeping in for so many of you. And there's almost this dismay and worry about being seen by other humans when you finally are able to go outside, and that is getting closer and closer. So there's this frenzy to like lose weight, get in shape, have that glow up, do the thing so that you can release yourself to the world, this new woman. What I want to offer you is, what if you can have that glow up, re-enter society, if you will, without having to worry about that whole weight loss cockamamie-ness? What if you didn't have to lose weight and there was no problem with your weight size or shape and you could still have the glow up that you so desire and want? You can still reveal yourself as that fabulous diamond who's polished and set and ready to roll. Like, that's also available to you without having to do a damn thing to your size, your weight, your shape, or your body. Like, we can set that beautiful diamond without dropping carats. Just like we can polish you up, have you dressed to the nines, have you loving yourself, and then dressing yourself from that place. Have you taking excellent care of yourself and polishing yourself from that place? And you don't have to drop a effing pound. It's not required. Let's untangle these concepts from each other. A glow up is totally available to you. You showing up fabulous like the diamond you are is totally available to you. And you never have to lose weight unless you want to. They're not the same thing. Let's untie those concepts from each other. So your mission, should you choose to accept it, is again to notice if you're having this like, I wasted quarantine time thoughts. Really question that. Because there may have been so much internal beautiful work that you're discounting. There may also be the fact that you survived a global pandemic, and why can't that just be enough? If you do want a glow up when you re-enter society, I want you to question the idea that you have to lose weight in order to have the glow up you wanted. And I want to remind you and to leave you with this. We don't tell diamonds that they need to drop a few carats in order to be found valuable and worthy and lovable and beautiful. Same is true for you, my darling, and you have far more worth above diamonds. You don't have to lose a few pounds ever to be found valuable, beautiful, worthy. Those are already set. They're part of your intrinsic value. The polishing and the setting that you want, completely available to you without you ever dropping a single size. If you struggle with this, I want you to get on my email list because this next week we are going to be doing the Big Ass Style Challenge. Yes, pun intended. It is for you ladies with the bodacious rotundity. Yes, those big booties. This upcoming week is for you. If you have gained weight and feel like your pants don't fit you, and you are really, really worried about re-entering to society where people are going to see you from below the waist, then I want you to get on my email list. I want you to sign up for the workbook and all the free goodies. There's going to be a link in the show notes. There will also be a link in the comments below. Can't wait to see you till next week. Miss J out.